Hey guys, Jean here. I wanted to speak with you today about how not everyone in the spiritual community is working for the light. I know that many of you are experiencing a lot of transformation right now. There's a lot of shifting. People are coming into their awakening. They are looking for teachers to help guide them on their path. And I want to tell you a story about something that I encountered long ago that gave me so much insight about things. And I'm hoping that it will enable you to apply these hard lessons that I learned to your own life so you don't have to experience those types of things. Or can also be really led on your path in the brightest way possible, as opposed to falling into the pitfalls and all these detours and traps of what is potentially set up for us. You've heard me talk about it. We are in a spiritual warfare right now. It is dark against light. It is coming to a full-on battle. And the dark forces are really trying to keep everyone in illusion, and the light is fighting for the truth. So the more you align with your own truth, the more you will see what is going on around you in more truthful ways. And so, as you're looking for, spiritual leaders or whatever, pay attention to how you feel about them. If you're getting any sort of resistance, check in with yourself and see, why am I feeling this way? Or you don't even have to understand why, because sometimes we don't even understand why, but just trust it. There's something not quite in alignment with me or what I need. Doesn't mean they're bad people. They could just be really in their own stuff. That's fine too. But there are others that are actually working for the dark, that are trying to lure you in, and I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to tell you a little story so you can maybe take some pieces of that to help yourself. So years ago, I was dating a man who was in the spiritual community, and as the spiritual being, to see a man on path, I was like, ooh, who's that? And I wanted to partner with him in work and in business, and eventually we ended up partnering in life as well for a brief time. But what I didn't realize, and I knew it, but I justified, because when you're on this path for so long and there's not a lot of people who get it yet, when you find those that do, you're interested, you're intrigued, you're like, oh, which parts of the puzzle do you want to fill in for me? And how can we work this together? And how can we expand the mission and help people? And, it's sort of, it's fueled in a different way when there are only a handful of people on the planet who understand you at the time. So now everyone's awakening, which is so much more comfortable. But back in the day, this man showed up in my life, in my orbit, and we started to work on some projects together. And my daughters are very intuitive as well. And my little one, she was quite young, she said, Mommy, I see zombies all around him. I don't like him. And my girls are really sensitive to people, and they were full on, we do not like this person. There's just something, he's very dark. And I thought, well, maybe he's just purging through his stuff and we're meant to help him come into his light and, airy fairy stuff. So, when he would spend the night with me, sometimes my team would wake me up in the middle of the night abruptly, and I would sometimes find him hovering over me. And I said, what are you doing? And he said, oh, baby, I'm just telling you how beautiful you are in your sleep. And I was like, I don't think that's really true. Like, something's going on. But I justified it because we were working on these projects. We were changing the world. We were reaching people. And I just kept justifying. Well, I was continuing to feel extremely suffocated within this relationship. He was very needy, very narcissistic, needed to go everywhere with me, or he was worried that someone else would hit on me or something. Really made my world very, very, very small. And I didn't realize that he was siphoning my energy at night, as well as cutting me off from all my friends and family, really secluding me in his own world so he could just basically feed off of my energy. It was really dark, and I could feel this was happening. But when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they make you feel like you're kind of crazy. So it's like, oh, I'm just being silly, I'm just being dramatic, I'm fine, just keep going. Until some friends said to me, we love you so much, but we literally can't witness what's happening to you anymore. You're becoming a shell of the bright light that you once were, and it's just killing us. And we can't witness it anymore. So we need to just take a step back from our friendship. And I thought, wow, this is true. This is really happening. Other people are seeing it too. And just from having that validation, of my friends to say, this is bad. And it really gave me the, I guess, the validation, like I said, about it's not just me, this is really happening. So that gave me permission. I gave myself permission to walk away from the relationship finally. Well, I was in meditation after I kicked him out of my life, my home, and he was coming to me in this meditation, and I had my arms open like, I would like to help you so you're okay in your life. Like, I don't want anything to do with you anymore, but I still want the best for you. And I had my arms open during this meditation. He started walking towards me, and all of a sudden this huge black shadow came up behind him, and he looked at me, and he kind of bowed his head down, and he turned and he followed the dark. And I thought, oh my God, he's following the dark. He's working for the dark. He's not light, and he doesn't give himself permission to be light. He chooses the dark. And I thought, oh my God, that's fascinating. So that taught me so many things, because I thought, you're in the spiritual community, but you're not here for people's highest good. You're working for a dark agenda. And it really opened my eyes to other people that are potentially doing that as well. And I don't know how to approach this really, because there's a lot of moving parts to it, but some of it's intentional just for the sake of power. Some of it feels unintentional just because this person might have a ton of wounds that they can't work through. So they're just more susceptible to staying shrouded by this stuff. I mean, there's many, many reasons why that's happening. But what you do need to know about that is you do not need to interact with people like that. And so while you might not want to meditate and check into people's, field, and if they're light or dark, blah, 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 you don't need to do all of that. What you do need to do, and what I recommend you doing, is trusting yourself and your feelings. Because I knew that it didn't feel good from the beginning, but I justified. And even with my daughters validating to me, Mom, he's got zombies all around him. There's dark all around him. Like, there's something going on all around him. And I said, well, maybe he just needs healing. No, no, no. If people are not doing their own healing, don't try to heal them. Stay away from those people. They are the ones that need to heal themselves. And until they can own that and claim that for themselves, they will just siphon your energy and drain you and almost become like a vacuum for everything that you embody that is of light and of love. And there's no reason to do that. Right now, it is a time to expand in love, to share love, to spread love, to be love, to just be everything that you can be and as brightly as you can be. And don't let anyone tell you differently. Okay? If your light intimidates other people or makes them feel small, they got some work to do. It's not your job to minimize yourself to suit other people's insecurities, ever. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys kind of see about, as you're coming into this place of looking for spiritual teachers, trust what you get. Trust if you have resistance, like I said, if it doesn't feel like a hell yes, it's a no. Keep going. There's thousands of people out there that can help you, that are better aligned for you. So if you're having any resistance working to anyone, spiritual community, business relationship, realtor, dog groomer, whatever, if you're having resistance, trust that. It's there for a reason. We don't have to experience the hard lessons like we once did. We don't have to take all the detours of all the lessons. It literally can just be like, I know that's not for me. I'm going to choose something different. I'm having patience in the process of waiting for something better to come in. That's where we are right now. Okay? So trust in that process. And I will talk to you all soon. All right, big hugs.